Hey everyone, it's Dale, and I want to walk you through the process of adding attributes and values to your basic HTML tags. So you can see right here, I have a very basic web page. This is probably about as basic as you can possibly get. I have a title, I have a header that says welcome, and I have one paragraph of content that says this is my website. And this is what it looks like when you open it up in a browser. Again, here is that title. Here is the header that says welcome, and here's that one paragraph of content. So as of right now, all I've done is I have told the browser some very simple code that the browser has interpreted to look like this. Now I can start to add what are called attributes and values to the tags to give it a little bit of style. Nothing life-altering. You're still going to want some more advanced style down the road. This is like the most basic style that you can add to a web page. So these attributes and values go inside of your tags. So for instance, right here you can see our web page is white. The background is white. So one thing we might want to do is add a background color to change the way that looks. And to do that, you would add that attribute and value inside of the body tag. Again, all of these attributes and values go inside of a tag somewhere. So the attribute for background color is BG color. It will always be followed by an equal sign and then always followed by an open and closed quote. So this is the attribute, and that would change based on whatever it is you're trying to do. After every attribute, there will be an equal sign and then an open and closed quote. Inside of that open and closed quote is where the value will go. So you can see I've already set this up. I want an attribute of something, right? So I need a value here in order to tell the browser what to do. So let's just say I want the background color to be red. I can now save that, which I did Command S on a Mac, or you could go to File and Save. It's not coming up because I have already saved it. So now if I go here and refresh, you will see it has changed our background color to red. And the browsers will automatically read certain colors. So red, black, white, yellow, green. It knows the most basic of colors. But the other way you could possibly do that is by using what we call as hex codes. Hex codes are 6-letter or number combinations that give a very specific color. So this exact shade of red I already know to be FF0000. This is an RGB code. The first two letters or numbers are R for red, then G for green, and B for blue. So you can say I'm saying full red, no green, no blue. And if I save that, again, I go back here, it's not going to change because that's the exact same color that I had already used. But you can search for hex codes all over the web. So you see here, there are all kinds of resources to find exact hex colors. We even can go to the Texas State University page and look up the hex colors for our university. So if you click right here to University Marketing and scroll down, you can see our maroon, the hex color is 501214. So if I go back to my code and now change this, you can see it's always preceded by a pound sign. So now if I save that and go back to our site, this has changed to our maroon. And then I could go in and change my text if I wanted to the gold, if I wanted to do that. So that's the first attribute and value. Really simple to do. All we did, we added an attribute of background color, and then we added a value of whatever that color was that we wanted it to be. The next one is maybe you want to align some text. So to align text, I would need to go down here to one of my text options. I have this header or I have this paragraph. Let's say we want to align the header. So again, my attribute would be align in this case. So that's one of the most popular attributes. Again, it's followed by the equal sign and then an open and closed quote mark, and the value goes inside of there. So if I say align left and go ahead and save, nothing is going to happen because this was already aligned left by default. But now if I go in here and change it to center and hit refresh, now you can see the headline has, or the header has moved over to the center. I could do that with the text as well if I wanted to. Or I could make it align right, and that would push the text all the way over to the right. Attributes and values also work great with images because the image tag is just that. If I hit save, nothing is going to happen because I am telling the browser nothing other than, hey, I want an image here. But I haven't told it where that image is or anything like that. So to do that, you have to use an attribute and value. And the attribute is src, which stands for source. That's telling the browser where to find that file, that image file. And then the value will be the actual file name. Now this is really important to stop and take a second to think logistically about this. I have saved this to my desktop right here. So I'm actually working off my desktop. Okay, here it is, example.html. Here is my file right here. Let's say I want to add this picture of Old Main to my web page. It would need to be saved on the same place, in the same place that the HTML file is for the browser to know where it's looking. So because I already have my HTML file on the desktop, the Old Main picture is also on the desktop. And the other thing is it has to be the exact name that you give it in order for the browser to be able to find it. So if I went in here and typed oldmain.jpg and I go ahead and save, now there it has pulled in that picture of Old Main there. Just to be clear of what I meant, if you do oldmain.png, which is not the file name, right? It was oldmain.jpg. Now it's going to be broken. Likewise, if you capitalize this and do oldmain.jpg, okay, it went ahead and read that mistake, but some browsers will not do that. So you have to be really careful with the file name to make sure that it is correct. So that's one attribute and value, and that just tells the browser where I want it to find that picture that I'm using. And we can add other attributes and values here. Let's say I want it to be a certain width. Again, this is all going within the image tag. And I would just write 250, which stands for 250 pixels. So if I save that and now go back here, you can see it shrunk because I told the browser to only make it 250 pixels. And likewise, if I wanted to align the picture, and let's say I wanted it to be on the right, and I save that, now it has pushed the alignment over to the right, and all the text would be to the left of it. So those are 3 attributes and values, all within the image tag. You'll also notice every tag has to open and close. The image tag is a little bit different, or it's a lot different from any other tag, because it's a standalone tag. You do not close an image tag like this. What you do is you close the image tag in itself. So I've opened the image tag here and I've closed it by doing a space and the tag there. This is and the closing tag there. This is called a standalone tag. There are a couple of these, image being the most widely used one. So you just have to learn that. It's like an irregular verb in English. Whenever you open an image tag, you close it inside of the image tag. Attributes and values also work when we're doing a link. So this is the tag for a link. It's the A tag. And again, if I just save that and go here, nothing's going to happen because I've given it nothing to work with. So let's say I want to write a paragraph that says I work at, and now I want it to say Texas State University here. So I would need, the first attribute is an href, href being the attribute, stands for hypertext reference. And then the value that's going to go in there is the actual website where I want it to link to. So in this case, I would want it to go to Texas State University, or txstate.edu. And then right here is the actual content that I would want to link to. So now you can see from the end bracket here to the closing bracket here, this information is going to be the link. And then I could continue typing after that, and anything that comes after the closing of the A tag is not going to be linked. So let me go ahead and save that and go back here. And now you can see I work at Texas State University and it is linked. I ended that A tag right here, so the comma and everything that comes after it is not linked as part of it. So if I click on that link, it will go to Texas State University's homepage. So real simple attribute and values. They add a little bit of style to the page. They add a little bit of customization to it. You have to use them when it comes to images and links. Very important part to basic HTML that we're working on.